Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a Christmas homeschooling routine video for you guys, just to show you what a morning in our homeschool looks like this December. Today's video is a part of my monthly open collaboration series with Jessica from the Waldock Way. So every single month, Jessica and I invite anybody who's on YouTube and homeschools to share in that month's video theme and add it to the playlist. So this month is holiday homeschool plans or holiday homeschool day in the life. So I'm gonna take you along and show you what our homeschool looks like all the way up until lunchtime this holiday season. If you wanna see my full homeschooling plans, I will link that video down in the description box down below. Before I share about our holiday homeschooling routine, I wanna mention that today's video is in partnership with YWAM Publishing. I have created a new bundle with YWAM. I love sharing these bundles with you guys. They're such a good value. Usually I create bundles with them that are for you guys, and this time I created a giftable bundle. So this bundle is some classics. You guys probably own a few of them already, but I figured this would be a great gift to give to family or friends, or to buy a bundle and gift individual books. So once again, I chose 3 Christian heroes and 3 heroes of history for this bundle. The best part about these bundles that I put together with them is that you get them for 50% off. So you get 50% off of the cost of the 6 books, as well as free shipping. So it's normally a $72 value, but you get this plus shipping for $36. So I'll put a link in the description box down below to that bundle, and I hope you guys enjoy this option for some holiday shopping. All right, I'm gonna clean up breakfast and we're gonna get going with our homeschool morning routine. We normally sit down to start our family subjects and morning basket time during the school day around 8 or 8:30, and so our December homeschool is no different. Normally we sit down and begin with our own individual Bible journaling time. So for the month of December, instead of using their own Bible journals, I have them each doing an Advent devotional, and I shared these Advent devotionals in our Christmas pajama box videos. So I'll link that down below if you're interested in which devotionals they're currently reading. After we spend about 15 or 20 minutes doing our Bible reading time, then we begin our morning basket time, and this is where it gets kind of festive. So I got each of our kids an Advent calendar this year that has something edible. So they either have hot chocolate or tea or candy, and we sit down, and before we do our devotional reading as a family, they go ahead and make their hot cocoa or make their tea. Of course, I have one for myself as well. And so we'll make a cup of tea, make a cup of hot cocoa, or enjoy some candy while I read Unwrapping the Greatest Gift, which is an Ann Voskamp Christmas Advent devotion. And we've been doing this as a family for years and years and years. I mean, my older kids can almost recite some of them because we've read them so often over the years. Now, if you're new around here, I am a mom of 5. My name is Abby, and I have been homeschooling from the very beginning with all of my kids. So it's not uncommon that we have a toddler around here. So little Josephine, who's a 1.5 years, is not quite old enough to join us at the school table, but she hangs real close during the school day. So whether she's got a snack or a craft, or whether she's getting into things she's not supposed to be getting into, she's always right near us, making some kind of a mess. After we read our Advent study, then one of our kids will hang the ornament on our Jessie tree for the day. We keep that Jessie tree in our schoolroom. And while we're sitting in the living room right now, or at the dining room doing our homeschool, we usually are in our homeschool room. It's just that we have this really nice big table in our dining room, and with all the Christmas fun and all the extra books and coloring and crafting, we've been pulling our basket into our dining room to do school this holiday season. After the devotional time, then we sing our hymn, which is O Come All Ye Faithful. That's the hymn we're currently studying. And then after we do a little bit of our hymn study, we begin Christmas Around the World. So my kids used to always do a Christmas Around the World project with either our co-op or various, groups we've been a part of over the years. But this year, we just couldn't find the time in the calendar. So instead, I got them these Dover coloring books, and we just open up to a new page each day, color in that country, read a little bit of info about it. And if my various Christmas Around the World books don't have that country, then we'll just find something on YouTube and they'll just watch that or listen to it while they color a little bit. Just little bits and pieces of some geography. I think December is a really fun time to study different cultures because you'll always find little tidbits of info that you may not have known. And because it's a festive kind of study and you're interested, you're learning about a lot of different countries, say 15 or 20 if you read a little bit every day. After I read some information or we watch a short little clip about that country, then I'll begin our read aloud. Our read aloud is really the bulk of our holiday homeschooling this year. I've chosen 4 or 5 different chapter books that I really want to work through as a family. And the reason for that is just because I feel like the chapter books always get tacked on at the end of our Christmas homeschool plans. And so there are so many books that I wanted to get through with the kids over the years. So I decided to make that our priority this year. So this year, we sit down and read a couple of chapters every day, and the kids are continuing usually to color these coloring books, or they're working on our button sewing, which I'll get to momentarily. But I really wanted to spend 20 to 30 minutes every day just working on these books. And so we should get through 4 or 5 of them in the 3 or 4 weeks that we're doing this Christmas homeschool. And while I'm reading aloud, you know that there are tons of breaks for some little toddler love. She needs lots of attention. She's making lots of messes, and we just grin and bear it because 1, she's super cute, and 2, we've done this a time or 2, and so we know that this season doesn't last forever. Our holiday homeschool plans fall during our second term studies. So our second term life skill that I'm working on with the kids is button sewing. This is a life skill for both me and them. So I'm learning as I teach them. My mom was always the one who would sew buttons and fix, ripped jeans and things. And so I'm trying to pick up the pieces here as I go and kind of learn how to do some of these things with my kids. So I decided that we would do some cute, very simple Christmas button sewing crafts to get started. So this very first week of our Advent studies, I'm having them just learn the very basic how to sew a button on a piece of felt. And then we're gonna move into some cute ideas I found on Pinterest, little button snowmen or little button Christmas light scenes, things like that. And so while I'm doing some read aloud, also they're getting a chance to work on this button sewing, and I expect them to complete 1 project each week that we do the studies. But on this very first week, this first full week of our holiday homeschooling, I'm just having them sew a button onto a piece of felt each day so that they get the hang of it. About this time, I've read a few chapters in our read aloud, and they've finished coloring their coloring books as well as sewing their buttons. And so we're moving into our Nutcracker unit study. So we are doing a ballet study of the Nutcracker. This is from Delightfully Feasting, and I'm really enjoying this. So we're not necessarily going in order of her study, but I loved all of the things that she pulled together, and she made it very simple by putting page numbers and a book list. And so when we grabbed this study, I ordered a few of the books that were on the book list, and we have just been going through her list and reading the different scenes and reading learning about the ballet and the music. And this has been a really great addition to our holiday homeschooling plans instead of doing a composer. So it's been fun to do a ballet study. Right now we're reading through each individual scene of the Nutcracker so my kids know what's going on, because in just a couple weeks we're getting to go see a professional production of it, and I'm really excited for the kids to get that opportunity. This pretty much concludes our morning basket time together. This takes about an hour and a half or 2 hours total, including little stops with the baby. From this point on, my older two kids who are in middle and high school split off and work on their independent work, which is right now literature study with Redefining School. They're doing a Christmas Carol this month with her, and then they each have science and math that they need to work on throughout the month of December. The rest of their stuff is kind of suspended this month and will go back to normal in January. But there are some lessons they need to keep up with on their own. So between morning basket time and lunch, they work on that. Well, I sit down with my younger ones and we work on 5 in a row or some math and simple reading. Those are the things that I would like them to keep up with during December. So right now, this week, we are working through the book Bird Count. It is a 5 in a row mini unit. So I'll read them the story. And then on this particular day, they were working on tallying. So last year, I purchased a Teachers Pay Teachers Christmas tallying worksheet, and so I had them working through that packet while I read them the story. And then each day with 5 in a row, there's a different subject that you're working on, so science or reading or art. But this particular day, they were working on some math, while the older kids were working on their literature, and then everybody got the rest of their independent work done this morning, and we headed off into lunch. So I hope you enjoyed this peek inside our typical December homeschool morning routine. Make sure you check out the playlist in the description box down below to see what other people have on their agenda this holiday season in their homeschool. And if you would like to add your video to this playlist, you're welcome to do so. The information is in the description box down below. Bye, guys.